When we look at symmetry and shapes, we try to find it in real life. Where do we see it in our daily life? How do we observe shapes in real life? To make it simple, we make use of these square counters. These square counters are made up of EVM foam. So if we dip it in water and stick it on the board, it sticks for about 2 hours. Students find it attractive and it gives a special experience in learning. It's also helpful in creating different shapes. Let us take a few examples here. We dip these red square counters in water and stick it up here. Now let me stick this green counter. Next is yellow. After this is blue. And finally, saffron color. Now observe here. What did I do? I stuck red and green again. In the beginning, we had red and green here. And we have red and green here as well. What should be after that? Or what could it be next? Just by observing, we will know. After red and green, we have yellow. We have to take the yellow counter. And after that, after yellow, we have blue one. After blue, what do we have? We have saffron. If we observe the color pattern, we have red, green, yellow, blue, saffron. If you observe the first 5 and the next 5, is there anything common or something different? If you observe it well, we will know that this will keep going on like a pattern. Tell me, which will be the next color? Yes, next will be red. What is the pattern here? Red, green, yellow, blue, and finally saffron. This pattern will continue. We can see a clear pattern here. Do we see a pattern only when we stick the counters in a straight line? Let us use more square counters and make another pattern. Observe what I am doing. You can easily notice I have taken only red counters, but I keep the first one straight, the second one in oblique, the third is straight, and fourth is oblique. So how could the next counter look? Can we see this color? Is it okay? So what we need to do is observe the pattern. Can we keep the blue counter like this? No. So what do we do now? We need to keep it like this and continue the pattern. Is it correct? Can we place it like this? No. We have to observe the earlier pattern and continue sticking the counter in the same pattern. We have seen how we create different patterns using square counters. Now I have created a pattern. Yellow, green. Now I have created a pattern using yellow, green, blue, and saffron. If we keep continuing the pattern, we will have yellow, green, blue, and then saffron below. Now you can see a pattern. Observe here now, yellow, green, blue, saffron. It is the same here, yellow, green, blue, saffron. The next pattern could also be the same. This is how we can create different patterns using square counters. So, using the square counters, we have now created a different pattern. How does it look when we see? This reminds us of the colorful tiles used in our homes and jogging path. We use a lot of colorful tiles. We use such designs in constructing buildings. We have seen how we can create patterns using square counters. Now let us use some abacus rings. Let us see how abacus rings can be used for creating a pattern. Here I have a white and a red ring, and then blue, yellow, and green. I have kept 5 rings here: white, red, blue, yellow, and green. We can continue the same pattern starting with white. Let us start it again. We will place a white ring here. Next is red. So let us keep a red ring. After red, we have a blue. Like this, we will continue. Next is yellow. So I will keep a yellow ring. After yellow, it's a green ring. Here we have a complete pattern. We have white, red, blue, yellow, and green. This is how we create a pattern using abacus rings. We can see similar patterns in our daily life. We can see such patterns in objects around us. If we give the tools to the children and give them an opportunity, students can create various patterns. Now, I have a different TLM. If you see this tool, this is called a number line. If you observe this, the beads are of 2 different colors. This is white and this is red. After white and red, which color do we have? Can we spot a pattern here? Yes, we can. White, red, and white. The same pattern continues. We definitely see a pattern here. Now I will use these yellow cubes. I have kept 1 yellow cube. Next to it, I will place 3 cubes. So I placed 1 and then 3 cubes. After 3, I will now place 6 cubes. And after 6, if you observe the number of cubes that I am going to place, it will be 10 cubes. If you observe, we have 1 yellow cube here, we have 3 cubes here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 yellow cubes, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 yellow cubes. Can we see a relationship here? Look at the base. We have 1 here, here we have 2 at the base, 3 and 4 here. If we look at the next level, we have no cube here, we have 1 here, we have 2 here, and 3 yellow cubes here. The same pattern can be seen further. We have 1 yellow cube, 3 here, 6 here and 10 here. When you look at these shapes, do you find any resemblance or difference? If we see it, between 1 and the 3 yellow cubes, what is the difference between them? 2. If you look at another pattern, look at the second and the third group. We have 3 cubes here and 6 here. That is, it has increased by 3. So what is the difference between 6 and 10? We can observe that 4 cubes have increased. If you see, the difference here is 2, after that 3, and after that 4. Next, what should be the difference? If we think a little, here we have to add 5 more yellow cubes. So if you add 5 to 10 yellow cubes, what will happen? We get 15 yellow cubes. If we proceed further, how many more cubes do we have to add? As we know, we have to add 6 cubes. So we have to add 6 yellow cubes. This pattern keeps growing like this. We can give the cubes to the students and give them an opportunity to create patterns.